What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Hendo Daily, and today we're going to take a look at something that I've talked a lot about but never showed off in a video, and that is my work bag. So I think it sounds weird calling this an EDC bag. I think it's just the term that is kind of weird to me, even though that's exactly what it is. I mean, this is a bag that is with me every single day. This goes for work, when I'm on the road, when I'm traveling, when I'm flying, driving, whatever the case is. This is the bag that I have with me. I carry a lot of stuff in here, not just EDC items, but laptops, charging stuff, anything and everything that I'm going to need. So first, we'll start out. This is a 511 branded bag, and this is courtesy of Air Force Recruiting. So couldn't tell you what this bag costs or anything like that. This was given to me from work, which is the best kind of gear. But we'll start out on the front. Got a little bit of Velcro spots up here for some patches. So I've got my shop patch over here, the 345th Recruiting Squadron Training and Marketing, and then I've got my Woobin X1 Pro patch over here that I just put on when I ordered that flashlight not too long ago. So, and then on the back, this is where a lot of the gear I've talked about. On the straps, most importantly, we've got Chunk from the Goonies on here. But outside of that, I've got my Zoot-Off clip light. This is one that I've showed off and then showed off in a recent video as well. This light lives on my bag, and it is a great EDC light. It's a great light to have around. I've used it quite a bit, just being right there on the strap of my bag. And then next step after that, we've got the new WorkPro 2-piece pliers kit. These are brand new. I did an unboxing video on these, and I said I was going to throw them on my bag, and I clipped them on there. Haven't got much use out of them yet, but that is fresh on the bag. And then over here, we've got a CRKT Eaton tool. And honestly, this is probably one of my oldest pieces of gear. This has been on all 5 backpacks that I've carried in the last at least 8 years now. I've had this for a long time. Picked it up at the clothing sales store on base and clipped it on my bag, and that was it. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever actually used the sport portion of it, but I have used the bottle opener. I have used it as a pry tool for a couple of things. It just stays on there. I really don't use it a whole lot, but it has lived on my bag for so long at this point, I just can't take it off. So that's what we've got on the front. And then in the side pockets, I saved this for a water bottle, soda, energy drink, whatever. But in the other cup holder pocket is where I keep my EDC pouch. And I have done plenty of videos on these, and I just redid one not too long ago where I kind of went through, revamped what I carried in here. So if you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out. It's over on the channel. But my EDC pouch stays in this side pocket over here. Then we can kind of get into the insides of it. And the main pouch, and the reason I like this bag so much is the other bags that I carried were just a little bit too big. I had a OCP pattern bag that matched my uniform. It was humongous. It was just too much. And at least for what I carried in it, it was just too big and floppy because there wasn't enough to fill it up. And then I had another black issued bag to me as well that was even bigger than that one. And even with 2 laptops, I would keep some like spare uniform parts in there, like a spare hat, spare pair of socks, different things like that. It was still too big. So I like the size of this bag. It's got the big main pocket. It's got another full-size bag pocket in the front, or in the middle rather, right here. And it's got these 2 front pockets up top. And honestly, even this I haven't filled up, but it's not too big that it's bulky and flopping all over the place like my other bags did. But in the big pocket, I've got my personal laptop. And when I do bring my work laptop home, that goes in here as well. And then it's got some mesh pockets inside of it right here where I keep wireless mouse, laptop charger, and then down at the bottom, I've got my work charger, or charger for my work computer. And that's all that stays in there, is my laptops and the charging equipment for that. So that's what I keep in the main pocket of this bag. And then moving up to the middle, big middle pocket. And here I've got, honestly, I've got a notebook. I've got some extra stripes, And that's really about it. Not a whole lot in here. There's really not a lot of big bulky items that I keep on me. My laptops are the biggest things, which is why I prefer the smaller bag, because that is the most room that is taken up in here. So moving on from there, we've got the top accessory pouch where the Velcro is sitting. In here, we've got a deck of cards, Office Christmas Edition. Never know when you're going to need to play some cards. And I don't know how long this has been in here or when I put it in here, but we've got some poopery. So you never know when you're in a pinch when you might need that. Close this up, and then down below, we've got the bigger front pocket. And in here, I'll try to show you guys the best I can. In here, I keep my tech pouch. I did a video on this recently too. This is a lot of chargers, phone chargers, power bank, and then a CAC reader. So in case I'm ever just using my personal laptop, I have that to plug my ID into for certain websites that I need to access that requires my government ID. So that's all in there. Go check out the video on this thing. Got this from Amazon for less than 20 bucks, and it's pretty great. Then I've just got a bunch of extra stuff in here. Always got extra pins. I've got a solid brass bolt action pin. I got this when I was first looking for a good EDC pin. Got it on Amazon for about 16 bucks. It's a pretty solid pin. I haven't used it as much recently. Once I found the G2 minis, that is kind of my go-to favorite pin I like to use, but not going to get rid of something like this just because I found another one. So this stays in there. Got a couple other extra pins. We've got a Zebra F701, then just a regular good old-fashioned Skillcraft pin that's also Air Force issued. I've got boxes and boxes of those at work, so I always keep a couple of those around. Got a mini Sharpie in there. We've got some chapstick, and then in the smaller pockets behind it, I always keep a microfiber cloth, and then I've got some extra blousing straps for my uniform. And that is, I think, all that's in there. And that's really it. So, I mean, this is a very quick breakdown of my bag. And for those of you that, consider a bag a part of your EDC item, I went through a phase where I was always looking for some kind of different backpack to carry. And a lot of the great ones that I found, or that friends of mine have had and have showed me, they're all great. They've got concealed carry backpacks, different things like that. I didn't need anything too crazy. I never found a backpack out there that does anything better than what I got this bag for free. And some of those bags were anywhere from 80 bucks up. And so I didn't need to spend that kind of money on a backpack when my work gave me this one, and it does the job just fine. So that is what I have in my bag, my work bag, my travel bag. Everywhere I go, I have this with me. That's what I carry in it. So I would love to hear from you guys if you all carry some type of backpack on a daily basis, whether it's to work, whether you keep it in your vehicle or anything like that. And this may not be something y'all are into. For some of my subscribers, or for some of you watching this video now, maybe you're not too worried about what kind of backpack you carry all your stuff in, as long as it does the job. It's kind of how I feel about this one. I do like that I found a bag that is the right size for everything that I carry, but past that, I'm not looking into a bag too much. But just kind of wanted to show off, mainly because I've talked a lot about some of the stuff I keep in my bag and some of my EDC items, like my light, the spoon tool, and now the 2-piece plier set and my EDC pouch. That is the main stuff that I carry in here outside of my laptop. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.